Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We make that happen for your listening pleasure. And the more we do that, the easier it is to overall make a positive impact on the world around. And so, overreaching emotionally can be something that we're all guilty of from time to time. If you're overreaching to get someone's approval or attention, that can negatively impact your quality of life, your self esteem, and all sorts of other nifty and sometimes challenging things. So, what are some signs that you may be overreaching as it relates to connecting with someone? Let's look at that. But if that's something you're dealing with and would like some assistance, please feel free to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter and or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. We can make something happen from there. The first thing is when you want their attention more than you want your self-respect, and sometimes that does happen, especially if we're addicted to the way that a person makes us feel, or if we're addicted to the way we perceive a relationship could play out for our benefit. Um, Sometimes we want what we want when we want it. We don't necessarily think about how we're coming across, and we also don't necessarily think about how other people see us and maybe leveraging our desire to connect with them or be involved with them for their own benefit, maybe either unnecessarily or in an unbalanced way. Um, Understanding that sometimes every person has their own level of interest, and trying to pander for their attention, be it through social media, through email, through doing things to impress them, continually being focused more on impressing the person than actually building a rapport that's mutually beneficial can also be a red flag. Lots of times people don't realize that they are, kind of overgiving in that way or being out of balance in that way, and so that level of imbalance leads to a great deal of challenges as it relates to making things move forward. And so that then leads to the attention seeking behavior increasing. So obviously, we all want to feel important, we all want to feel significant, and significance is something that the majority of people are looking for. However, mutual significance is important because when a person is trying to overly impress us or we are overly trying to impress them, the lasting of the connection we have with the person is only going to be as long as we remain looking impressive. And human nature is to look for things that are better, bigger, better, more impactful on a consistent basis. And so when you believe that a person is looking for better out of you, from you, you're going to, kind of devalue their impact on your life, and then they will do the same for you. And before you know it, you've given a lot of your time, effort, attention to that person without getting the return on your investment. That actually closes you off to feeling even more bitter toward the idea of getting to know people on a deeper level and or connecting with them more emotionally speaking, because when it doesn't pay off once, you forgive it. When it doesn't pay off twice, you might be able to forgive it a second time. Sooner or later, if over the course of several relationships you feel like you're never getting ahead with the energy you put in, that can be problematic for a number of reasons, and that those reasons ultimately become problematic for the sense of connecting on a level that is both mutually beneficial and helpful to both parties. Again, if the relationship isn't genuine because one party is using the emotional leverage that the other person is forth giving, that can be super problematic as well, and ultimately lead to a level of disconnection, frustration, unhappiness, and or value um, in a disproportionate, unhealthy, or unintelligent, at least in some ways, way. And that then leads to challenges related to level of investment, which then can lead to disconnection and emotional isolation, and then forms of self punishment depending on the person. So, hopefully, all of this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.